Subanen tribe. Subanons generally refer to themselves as a whole as the Jibansa Subanon, meaning the Subanon nation. They distinguish themselves from each other by their roots or point of origin. These are based on names of rivers, lakes, mountains, or locations. The groups that traditionally remained enemies call themselves Subanen in the area closer to Zamboanga City. Outsiders often call the Subanen as Subano, which is a Spanish version of the native name. In the island of Mindanao, particularly in the Zamboanga Peninsula, there exists a group of Lumad or non-Muslim indigenous cultural community called the Subanen. They are also known as Subanon or Subano, derived from the word Suba, a Visayan word meaning river, as most of their settlements can be found near rivers or mountain streams. Approximately 175,000 inhabitants have been registered in areas such as Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga Sibugay, and extending up to the mountains area of Misamis Occidental. According to the history of Zamboanga City, the Subanen came around 2,000 to 6,000 years ago from Indonesia but moved into the hinterlands upon the arrival of the Muslims, who could often attack the Subanen to collect taxes and capture slaves. With the occupation by the Spaniards in the 16th century and with the migration of different groups of people in the area, the Subanen were driven further into the forest. There, most of the Subanen settled down and subsisted in rice farming and fishing, in addition to breeding a variety of livestock such as chickens, water buffaloes, pigs, and cattle. The traditional costumes of the Subanens are cultural expressions of this tribal group in Mindanao, Philippines. Retention of the authentic Subanen costumes is necessary for the survival of the cultural and tribal identity. This study examined and particular meanings and functions embedded in the traditional costumes and the present modifications pervading in the garments. The traditional costumes of the Subanens are representations of the beliefs, practices, and experiences of the natives. The garments in the terms of their original designs, colors, materials, and accessories suggest for a variety of meanings and functions. These are the accessories of Subanen's tribe. So, Subanen musical instruments include the agong, a single brass gong, next the kulintang, a set of 8 small brass gongs of graduated sizes, and the durugan, a hollowed log which is beaten like a drum. The Subanen are mainly agriculturists who practice 3 types of cultivation. Along the coastal area, wet agriculture with plow and carabao is the method of producing their staple rice. Beyond the coast, both wet and dry agriculture is found. Sweden farming is the norm in the interior, particularly the uplands. Lastly, the foods, where orchards, gardens, and small plantations are cultivated. Squash, eggplants, melons, bananas, papayas, pineapples, jackfruits, and lanzones provide the Subanen additional food. In some coastal settlements, the Subanens have been known to cultivate coconuts for food and for trading purposes.